are you? Hi, everybody. How are you today?
What's up, everybody?
Look who's joining us today. Okay, we're so blessed to be in his presence because I
Yeah.
think Perry took a hiatus from Sherelle's World Channel since he's a big star over there on Perry Sanders.
Oh, wow. Huh.
Perry, you are a big hit over there. You don't have time for us over there with your costumes.
Uh-huh.
Did anybody in the chat see when Perry dressed up as a S&M?
Mm-hmm.
He dressed up as I think it's called S&M. You know, one of those freaky people with like something in their mouth. Perry dressed like that. He had
Down in the
something
sex dungeon. Yeah, yeah. The people
I-
down in the sex dungeon. Yeah.
It was insane. These people didn't see it. Okay, my people didn't see it. It was insane. Something, Perry, what would even make you think of something like that? And then don't tell me. And then I look on the camera, like, who the hell? It was insane. Who even thinks like that? My goodness. But congratulations on your channel. Perry Sanders doing good. Perry's doing, you just blew up like that. From all he does is talk shit about people over there. And you better not. Oh, and then one time he dressed up, he was in one of my wigs. It was so ridiculous, like Perry. But anyway, thanks for dropping by. Now, Perry only shows up to this channel when he wants to or he's got something to say. And this conversation today can get very sketchy. Skeeter D said, I saw Perry dressed like he had a whip. Did you guys see? He had a whip. You were making fun of another blogger too, right?
Yeah.
Child, that is a mess.
You got it.
Perry. do it one more time. You're doing this. You will see. Perry didn't have any clothes on. He had on bottoms, but he had on this, I don't know what he was wearing. He had on nipple rings. It was a mess, people. I couldn't stop laughing. Also, if you guys know I'm having internet problems, if I go down, I'm ready to go through my phone. So I won't be out longer than a minute. All right. So today is got to be a conscious adult conversation.
Yeah.
Because it involves politics. It involves all kind of crazy stuff. Thank you, Yana, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Okay, so today we're going to talk about Kai Cinat. You guys don't know who he is. I know who he is because my son introduced me to him. He knew Agent Zero. He knows that group. So I started watching him when he interviewed Blueface and Krishan put a hole in his wall. Do you remember that, Perry?
Yep. I remember.
He got kicked off Twitch. This is a big deal to all bloggers. So, dusting, we will go. Is that the song, Perry?
Yeah, that's one of them.
So Kai Cinat, the #1 streamer on Twitch. He also has a YouTube channel. He is in his 20s. I would say Kai Cinat is in his 20s. Well, my son is 30. Mid-20s.
Yeah, maybe 26, 27, up in there.
A millionaire, all from YouTube. I'll have to explain it to you in a minute, but it's a big deal. Then we're going to talk about Tamron Hall, the award-winning journalist, and the housewives are trying to tear her down and make her seem like a childish, petty blogger. They're trying to treat Tamron Hall like a blogger. I said Tamron Hall like a blogger, and she is not a blogger. Okay, she went to school for this shit. So I'm offended by that. Let's talk about the Kardashians losing favor with the public. Not doing too good over there on Hulu. Rumors is Kris Jenner is panicking. But here's the thing, Chris. How long have you known about the Kardashians, Perry?
Shit. Damn, seemed like since I was in Huggies.
I mean, Chris.
I don't know, like a long time. Nothing lasts forever.
I would say when I first heard about Kim Kardashian, she was hanging with Paris Hilton. And that had to be...
What, 10, 15 years maybe?
They've been a success a long time. Nothing
Uh-huh.
lasts forever, Chris, but she's not going to go down without a fight. Then we're going to talk about the Ralph Yarl case. That's the guy who went to go pick up his twin brothers. Guy, teenager. I think they said he's 17 years old, something like this. Went to go pick up his teenagers and his teenage brother. Sorry,
Uh-huh.
too fast. And a man opened the door and let off fire. It's
Yeah, I
crazy.
think he was 16 and the brothers was like 11 or something, the twin brothers. It's crazy.
Insane. So, what time is it? Ooh, I've only been talking 6 minutes. I like to wait. Let's start with the. Ooh, these are all important. Let's start with the Kai Cinat because I don't know if a lot of you guys know who Kai Cinat is. Let's start with him. Okay, I would say probably. Uh, so Kai Cinat is a streamer. That's what I'm calling. I think they started out in gaming. They all started out in gaming, and these men started this. They were young when they started it. Um. Uh. Jeez. So it had to be 11 years ago when Devin was in college, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Kai Cinat is a started out as a gamer in his own right, blew up. He got pretty big. I say when he got to 1 million subs, he made a brilliant move, and I think maybe Agent Zero started it. He decided to work with a group of equally important bloggers, and they bought
Uh-huh.
the house together, and they all stayed in the house. And it's really weird because usually when you work with bloggers, bloggers usually don't get along with each other. They worry about each other's numbers. They did not do that. They all blew up. They all invested their money into houses. They still have the original house where they all lived. But then they also brought their own houses. I would say Agent Zero, he probably owns a whole block of houses. These are smart men. Usually at in your 20s, you don't have a bit of sense. And if you start
Right.
making the millions of dollars, you'll go buy a stupid ass chain before you know that you really it could be the price of a house hanging around your neck. I see him with a stupid ass chain on, but he also did smart things with his numbers. Okay. So anyway, so Kai Cinat, a couple weeks ago, or maybe months ago, I'm losing track of time, uh, became the highest streamer when he decided to record himself 24 hours a day. He put a camera in each room. And he also, too, when he got a certain amount of success, he started being able to pay for big celebrities to come onto his channel. I believe you guys, Mark, please don't hold me to this because I watch him, but I'm not that zeroed in on him like the younger people are. I think it was one day just by chance, Drake showed up in his chat and everybody went batshit crazy. So then after that, he started bringing on more and more people. And I started watching him when he brought on Krishan and Blueface. And Krishan does what she always does. She was shit faced drunk, threw a chair and put a hole in his wall. And he was pissed, but he held his composure. Okay. So he got kicked off of Twitch. DJ Academics got suspended from Twitch. Okay. So this gets very complicated. So DJ Academics, who has got the Democrats pissed,
Mm-hmm.
just absolutely pissed. Democrats are reporting it this way. They're saying, as a political strategy, uh, Republicans have decided to target young Black men. Okay. Uh, According to Roland Martin, they tried with the Black women. The Black women were really consistent. So if you are 45 up in my age group, it's no changing my mind. We've been watching politics forever and we believe in what we believe in. But if you go younger and you go to the people that influence that community,
Mm-hmm.
that's who you want to target. So you can't really be mad at the Republicans for outsmarting them. So they go. So DJ Academics gets suspended off of Twitch, and he's approached by an app called Rumble. Now, this group one of the owners is a guy named Dan Bongino. He's a right wing Republican. That's what they call him, right wing, right?
Yeah.
And so a lot of people were getting kicked off of YouTube for their political beliefs and just the way hate speech. A lot of them got kicked off for hate speech. I think Donald Trump even got kicked off of
Twitch, wasn't it?
Twitter. It was Twitter.
Oh, Twitter, yeah.
Twitter. So they approached DJ Academics, right? Now, they offer him a boatload of money. I don't believe he said how much, but it's in the millions. It's in the millions. They offer him millions of dollars, and he took the agreement. He's got Donald Trump all over his social media now, and a lot of people this age, I would say DJ Academics, maybe late 20s, early 30s. There's a whole segment of the population that does not keep up with politics until it's presidential time. They're in, right. They're all in during the president elections, but not midterm elections, which are way more important than the presidential elections. So now Roland Martin came on and he drug DJ Academics for filth, said he sold out his race, call him Uncle Tom.
Damn.
He said you were looking out for yourself when you made that move. And when he did that, a lot of the black rapper guys came out and said, Donald Trump's not that bad. He always speaks his mind. And don't forget, before Donald Trump became president, he was loved in the black male rap community. I'm talking Puffy. I'm not forgetting shit. I'm talking all of them. They would put his names in the titles and the songs. They all loved Donald Trump until he became president. So he's reaching that audience again. And the black Democrats are pissed. And I'm going to go out on a limb here. I think they offered him $20 million because they're talking about getting Kai Cinat $50 million to sign with them.
Damn.
$50 million. Do I stick with my people and be broke? Or do I stick with my bank account and take care of myself and my family and whoever else I want to take care of, because money's power.
Right.
So would you say the Democrats made a strategic move that benefited them? They did.
The Republicans. You said Republicans.
That's what I'm sorry.
Right.
Republicans.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, if you want to hit any demographics, right? If anything else, you get to find what's popping in that demographics, target those people, because those are the influencers of that group, that area, right? It could be a group area, whatever, right? So, if they get DJ Academics and
Kai Cinat, they're going after him.
Kai Cinat and like a few more, then these people are going to have influence on their followers.
Exactly.
And then when they start hanging around these people doing this stuff, they start grooming them. You know what I'm saying? Like doing this. Oh yeah, it was, to butter you up to like what they say. To pass. I mean, basically, they paying you to pass their message.
Yeah. And
not directly, indirectly, because they set you up with the money and all this stuff. They baiting you in. Sort of like.
No, without a doubt. Without 100% doubt, they are wheeling him in. Let me show you this. Why is Donald Trump red on this picture? What? I'm sorry, guys. I'm not showing this to be mean. He's red on all the pictures. It must have been the lighting or the photo. Because I'm not trying to down Donald Trump. I shouldn't even show this picture. It's terrible, but I couldn't find. That's him with DJ Academics. They've been hanging out. Why does he look so red? Is it the picture?
Oh no, I think it's like his skin could be that way, but
it's toner. Well, anyway, I'm not. I would never. This is an unflattering picture. I'm not trying to unflatter, but that's all I can find. But him and DJ Academics are cool now, and DJ Academics is going around saying, "Great, y'all are messy." I did not put that picture up there to be messy. Let me see if I can find another one. They're all red.
No, but I mean, that's what
Here's
they
a
paying
better
you
one.
for,
Here's a
though.
better
I
one.
mean, they're actually paying these people for advertisement for them. You know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And so I can't even act like DJ Academics isn't aware of what he's doing. He made a conscious decision. So all of the Democrats that's mad at him, I, it's just a tricky situation to, I don't know. For me, I'm an older woman. I follow politics. I wouldn't have fell for that trick. I would pick party over money, but I've already established money. You know what I mean? I'm
Uh-huh.
not in the ground. I don't have to work if I don't want to. So I don't know what I would have done if I was DJ Academics. I don't know what Kai Cinat is going to do, but they are dragging them they're dragging DJ Academics, calling him a sellout. How could you? You know what we've been through. You know just the battle that the Democrats got going with the Republicans, and so uh, that's what happened, and that's why Kai Cinat is being bombarded. These people now have decided if we want to compete with the other streaming channels like Twitch or even YouTube, for us to get a start, we got to start paying these streamers big
Right, right.
time money.
Mhm.
It's a smart. If you got the money, I guess
Right.
do
No,
it.
I mean, it's like, I mean, advertisement is not free. So you get a few, then that influence will bring other people along with it. But I feel like they do it and then they can get you around for these photo ops and use it, for their own agenda.
So that's what's going on now. That it's a touchy subject. It's a low down move if you're a Democrat. It's a smart move if you're a Republican. It's a smart move because most African American, I would say from 20 through 40,
Hmm.
they don't follow politics like that. They just don't.
Right, right,
They,
right.
they can't tell you a damn thing about politics. But it's weird because Perry, I remember me and you voting for Bill Clinton, and we were in our
Mhm.
early 20s, and we were
Right,
very focused on politics. But
right,
this younger generation, they don't know what these bills that are being passed uh, are about. Abortion's not legal anymore. I didn't know. They
right,
just
right.
don't.
You know,
What's the
it's funny.
problem?
A lot of them might not know all you know, the politics going on at that time, but a lot of young ones do come out and vote. That's why they're targeting these people. So when these people go a certain way, so do they followers. So
Yeah,
like that's basically what they're doing.
that's what they're doing. So they
Yeah.
got outsmarted by the Republicans, and now they are grown men. Politicians are dragging DJ Academics for filth. It's crazy. Calling him a sellout. When you call this young man a sellout, I mean, were you going to give him
Yeah.
the $20 million? It's a lot. It's a lot going on. So we're going to have that sensitive but responsible conversation
Right.
because as a lot of times in politics, nobody's right, nobody's wrong. It depends on your lifestyle and what's good for you. Does
Right.
that make
Right.
sense?
Yeah. No, I
It's
do.
not
I
a,
mean, most people vote for their own agenda,
yeah.
regardless of color. What just
Mhm.
what's good for you. If they giving you what you want, you're gonna vote for that one over somebody who's giving you less.
Mhm.
That's it.
And believe it or not, I have a lot of rich friends that secretly vote Republican. They don't
And
say it,
right.
but they'll tell me, and I'm like, "What? You did what?" I'm more of about principle,
Right.
I'm
Right.
like
Right.
that.
No, I get
So
it. Hmm.
it's crazy. But anyway, we'll have an adult conversation about that. Let's go into Tamron Hall, my girl. I love Tamron Hall. I love her. I think she's just an amazing journalist. I think she's a smart woman. So let me tell you about these housewives trying to bring down Tamron Hall. Okay, Tamron Hall interviewed Portia Williams. I like Portia, and if you guys don't remember me saying I'm not gonna be so hard on Portia. I like Portia, but Portia went on her show and got upset because Tamron Hall questioned her about wasn't her husband's name? Oh, I can't. Simon Gubadia,
Yeah, okay, yeah.
married at the time that she went after her, and Portia got pissed and start calling her a shock jock, and she ain't nothing but a blogger. So they get
Wow.
so she did. So let me tell you
Yeah.
this, and I think I've said this over and over again. Bloggers get no respect from cast members, and they don't get any respect from cast members because they don't want their dirt out there.
Hmm.
People like me, it's my job to find out what you lying about. So they don't interview with anybody. All housewives ain't don't you can't name me one that went on a regular blog. It has to be a blog where you know you're not gonna get talked about. If they came on my show, I'd be like, PK, you really expect us to believe that damn robbery was real? They
Right,
don't
right.
want to do it. And now it's spreading to television. So they usually interview with mainstream or approved because they don't want to be questioned about the shit they do on reality TV.
Uh-huh.
And I've said this time and time again, and I'm not trying to down her or anything. Candy Burris is the worst. And I've been talking to my old friends about Candy. You can't say anything about her. And then she bribes certain blogs that she wants to say nice things about her. And it's just ridiculous. You're
Mhm.
on a television show and you don't want anybody questioning you about the shit you put on TV.
Right.
This is not like we broke into your house and stole your, confidential papers.
Mhm.
This is something you did on TV. So then it's Portia that's crying, calling her a shock jock. It's Larsa Pippen, of all people. Of all people, Larsa, you've got a lot of damn nerve because you scream scandal. You are foul. Okay. I don't know you personally. I'm sure you're nice, but I'm talking about what you presented on paper, which is you cheated on Scotty with a lot of other rappers. Future
Uh-huh.
was your favorite. You expect us to not talk about you cheating on your husband when you were married? It's all out there. The pictures are out there. What's the guy she was with at the airport, the basketball player? You were a cheater. Okay. You don't want to talk about that. You don't want us to talk about how you were married to Scottie Pippen for a long time,
Mhm.
and you hook up with his arch enemy. Okay. This Scottie and Michael Jordan are known to hate each other to the core. And then all of a sudden, now you're engaged or dating his son.
She don't give a damn. I mean, for
Michael
real.
Jordan Jr., that is scandal. And
She
you
don't
got
care.
upset because she asked you questions about that.
Look. She don't care for real.
She really
I
doesn't.
mean, she don't have those kind of morals like that. She just going for if it's cash or fame involved, she gone.
Oh, wait.
Hmm?
Perry, we gotta watch what we say. They get pissed. They get pissed. But I'm just saying, Larsa, even if I didn't know you, let's say your name was Julie. I don't know what your name is, and you weren't Larsa Pippen, and you or me. Let's say I divorced Perry, and I go hang out with his arch enemy, and then start dating the son, and talk about getting married to him and having kids with him.
Uh-huh.
Damn, I mean, isn't Scotty still in your family? Girl, that is scandalous. And you don't want anybody to talk about it. That's the part that's tripping me out. Like, shh.
She only wants you to talk about the good part of it.
Well, not only that. So now these housewives are publicly smearing Tamron Hall name. She is a college graduate. Tamron Hall is, I think this is it. No. She is a legit journalist. She does a series on the ID channel, which I love. You guys know I have a crime channel, and I will sit there and I would watch. This is not working.
I used to watch on MSNBC.
Used to watch Tamron Hall, yeah,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
now she's got her own show. She's a
Yeah.
legit journalist. She's like Oprah. And did you
Mhm.
know, Perry, that the young people don't like Oprah Winfrey?
Damn.
Like, what? You guys don't like Oprah Winfrey? Here, let's see if it works. Let's
Times
see
have
if I can
changed, haven't
get
it?
this to work. Here's a little bit of her having to defend herself. Okay, we can't hear it. Let me try it again.
Why do you think that is? So, as a fan, you were asking everything that everybody at home was wondering, but for some reason, Larsa thought you were being too hard on her. Why do you think that is?
I can't say. I think that we're all entitled to feel the way we feel. But the reality and how I approach every interview, I want people to know that they're in a safe space. I want them to know that this is an authentic conversation. And my job is to not waste the time of the people watching at home. Barbara Walters famously said she never wanted to leave an interview and have someone say, you should have asked that.
That's
So
great.
that's the goal. I don't want you at home to do my job. You're already, giving me your time. So for me, it's always a respectful environment. I don't benefit from, an ambush interview. Every guest on our show, they know the topics. They don't know the questions, because if you know the questions, it's not an interview.
Of course.
It's a PR stunt. And we don't do PR stunts, but I will always respect someone and respect their journey. And I say to people, let's talk about it. Tell me your story.
Yeah.
And now if you're not happy with the answer you gave, that's between you and your PR team. That's not me. And so I lead with my heart. I lead with the responsibility of this show. And it's let's talk about it. And when you're ready, I always tell people, come on. But when you sit down, you make the choice and you have to be ready.
I hear that.
Do you agree with her?
Yeah, I do.
Sorry, let me get that.
I mean, she didn't say nothing wrong. She said she owe it to the people that's watching to ask the question. Now, it's up to you if you want to answer it or not. I mean, it's not happen to always all the time when you have somebody up. You should have asked this. You should have asked that. That's her job. And if they don't want to answer it, if you don't want to put yourself in that predicament, don't go on nobody's show to be interviewed.
But
Unless
so
you said
far,
it's
the
not a-
only
it's-
people that have complained have been them no good housewives. Okay. And your girl, Portia, I like you, Portia, and everything, but you need to leave Tamron alone.
I like
She's
her.
a
I like
bona fide
Portia.
journalist. And just because I ask you a question, was Simon married when you first met him? This is facts.
And those should be questions that they should be expected to be asked. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it real. I love Portia. You know you took that girl, man. Let's keep it real. But I'm saying, hey, fair game, fair game. But whatever. But you should expect somebody to question you on it. And either you say, well, no, I'm not getting into that.
What
Whatever.
is it?
Lie to them. Do whatever you want to do. Just move
Let's be
on.
specific here. How come Candy Burris doesn't want anyone to say anything bad about her, like calling her boring? She will lose her mind if you call her boring. What's the problem?
Yeah. I think with Candy, it could be one of those things that when somebody thinks so high of themselves, because typically when you have a lot of money and stuff like that, and you're the mover, you're the shaker, those are the only things you want to hear. You don't want to hear the negativity. So
Let me tell you this story I heard. Go ahead, Perry. Sorry.
No, I'm saying when somebody say you're boring, you look at it as they just played you like you was dirt. No, they just said they just don't really like your personality like that, or it's not that upbeat. It don't mean you're not a good business person or you're not this mover or shaker.
Yeah.
Hell, I'm sure Bill Gates ain't gonna be everybody's goddamn cup of tea.
Yeah.
He got a lot of money, right?
I heard the story about Candy Burris. I don't remember who told me this. They said that, I was talking to another blogger. Look, oh my God, it's so crazy. So she was telling me the problems that she's been having with Candy Burris for years, because she doesn't forget anything. She holds grudges. But they said that Biggie, the notorious B.I.G., Biggie Smalls, wrote in a song he called Escape Ugly. Like them girls were ugly. And they got offended. But you have to remember, back then they used to dress like little boys. It is what it is. And you know how somebody might say something. So he wanted to apologize to them, but they wouldn't let him apologize. So one night he was in a club with Escape, and I think it was the night he passed away, that night when they were at that party,
Mhm.
and someone came over to Escape and told them that Biggie Smalls wants to talk to them. And Candy said, I ain't going over there. But Tiny went. This is why I like Tiny. I just think she's got a good heart. She went, she accepted his apology, and they kind of made up about
Mhm.
it. Because, you know, when you're in the public eye, people aren't always going to say nice things about you. They're
Right.
just not. And especially if you don't do nice things. Like Portia, she expects people to never ask her about Simon or talk about Simon and the girl. What's her name? The girl that was on the
Oh,
show.
oh yeah. Damn. What's the
What is
chick?
her name?
The one who
Fallon. Fallon.
Fallon,
If
Fallon,
you
Fallon,
never
Fallon.
expect
Yeah.
us to ask you about Fallon, that's just unrealistic and just really ridiculous. Ask the question, don't give your opinion. Tamron is messy and leave Larsa alone. Leave Larsa alone? She's just
Yeah,
looking
next
for love.
question.
Hello, world. How you doing? Oh, Candy is a coon. Oh, no.
She just
No.
looking for-
Okay, not a coon. No. Candy has her own personality and is a very successful businesswoman in her own right, and we got to
Right.
give it to her. And she's a good singer, and Escape is a good group. I wouldn't use the word coon.
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't use that word, but I just think like a lot of times they always want you to talk about their success, their positive things,
Mhm.
never the wholeness.
Yeah.
You know.
Candy has talked about being called ugly. Child, don't get me to talk about this again. Not only Candy, I mentioned it. Am I still echoing?
No, I can hear you fine.
I might be too close to the mic. What's I going to talk about? We're talking about being called ugly. I think I like Tiny. I really, really do. And it's no secret for the love and support, Sherelle gang. Thank you, Ebony. Thank you. For years, people have called Tiny. I hate to say this
Yeah,
because
I know.
I love her. I'm not gonna even talk about this, but people are calling him that. I don't know. People have called me ugly before.
You saying some people look at them as being unattractive,
And
but
that's the part.
being
Listen,
attractive is to each his own. You know what I'm saying? So
Carrie,
you
what
know,
were we talking about the other day when I said everyone makes fun of my nose? People
oh
have
yeah,
called me ugly before.
yeah,
It's just that
yeah.
person's opinion. Doesn't mean
They do it
everybody
to me
thinks
all the
that.
time. Black, skinny, whatever. I mean, look, it happens to all of us, but it's
They
just one of
called you
those things.
Skeletor.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
said you look like a
yeah,
skeleton.
yeah.
He called you Skeletor. You have to have more confidence in yourself and let this stuff roll off your back. People say the most craziest thing, especially if it's online and you don't have to say who you are. They will
Mhm.
drag you. Candy is boring and can't sing. Mary, you are. I can't. That's just people's opinion, and that's what these blogs are about.
So
And they're trying to get away from that. And no one else has called Cameron Hall messy except for those Real Housewives. They're the most ratchet of them all because you guys do dirty shit and you don't want anybody to talk about it. And that's the stuff that you do on the show. Let's not talk about the stuff you've been accused of doing behind the scenes. It's just crazy. But y'all need to leave Cameron alone. She's
they
doing
come on
her
these
job.
shows, they come on these blogs, they do these interviews because they only want to hear the good opinions. So don't take the good opinions if you don't want to take the bad.
All right, I've been on this too long.
Okay,
Let's
yeah.
move on to the Kardashians. I can't even remember this guy's name. Okay, so they're losing favor. Their show isn't doing too good on Hulu. Uh they've been relevant for years. They're having a dip, and Kris Jenner is freaking out. She's setting Kylie up, planning fake stories, saying that Kylie is dating this guy. I cannot remember his name. Let me go look. They saying that she's really freaking out. What's her daughter's name? Courtney is supposed to have a spinoff, and that's not getting a warm reception. Is it true, Perry? Has their time come to an end?
Yeah, I
'cause
mean,
the
just like
numbers
any,
don't
I
lie.
mean, but if you think about it, just like anything else, dude. Even when you're a popular singer, Prince, after a while, who cares at the end? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you just run your course after a while. All these shows, and now it was different when watching you grow up and get your finances together and all that. But once you got it and got all of it, and it's still like the same old story over and over.
Mhm.
So yeah, yeah, people
And
get
their
tired
app
of it.
isn't doing too good at all. I would go and look up this guy's name, but it's just a PR stunt. So if you guys know the name in the chat, it's really a PR stunt
Just to
that
get us
Chris is
talking about
freaking
them.
out about.
Oh,
Oh my God, someone said in the chat, I hate the Kardashians. Damn. Anyway, so my last story is this is about the teenager that got shot. So we all know, and we've all heard this story, that he was going to pick up his twin brothers. I believe they're 11 years old. He rang the wrong doorbell. The guy came to the door,
yeah, man.
supposedly said, "You're not supposed to be around here." Powed him in the head, then stood over him and powed him again when he was laying down on the ground. Okay. So the guy turned out to be, oh God, I didn't get his name. Hold on. The
Oh,
guy
it's about.
turned,
Oh, go
huh?
ahead. Go ahead.
They did not arrest the gentleman right away. Uh, and people started gatherings about it, complaining about it, saying that this is racially motivated. The reason why you didn't capture this guy, he's 84 years old. Let me get his name. Kylie will suffocate that boy with that fake ass. Okay, okay. Let me get this guy's name because it's really important. So anyway, so they did eventually arrest the guy. Now, what's his name? Hold on. 84-year-old homeowner. No, I need to know his name. Andrew Lester. Okay.
Okay, yeah, that sounds right.
Andrew Lester. People are saying if this was a white person, they wouldn't have done, they would have not let him go home. And they really were pressured the police chief to do something about it. Now, here's the thing. And the guy did say, I shot him because he was black. He said it. Okay. And some people like Benjamin Crump came on and was upset because they charged him with first degree assault and armed criminal action, but they did not charge him for attempted M. Okay.
Hmm.
And so, but you're 84. He's 84. He's not going to see he's already at the end. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
But a lot of people are saying this is racially motivated, and it is. But there's a bigger piece of the pie here, okay? Because there was another woman who pulled into someone's driveway. And let's see if I have that. And she made a wrong turn, and the homeowner, who was also Caucasian, the girl who pulled in is Caucasian, and the homeowner is Caucasian. He shot in the car and unalived the girl.
Hmm.
And let me play this really quick
Yep.
because it's a bigger picture here that everybody's overlooking. Let me show this really quickly.
Upstate New York has been charged with second-degree murder after police say he fired shots at a car that made a wrong turn into his driveway. Officials say one of those rounds struck 20-year-old Kaylin Gillis. She later died. She was in a car with 3 other friends Saturday night looking for a different friend's house. They got lost. The area has spotty cell phone reception. Police say the gunfire came as they were turning around to leave. The homeowner, 65-year-old Kevin Monahan, was arrested after a standoff with police.
And for me, I play that because there's a white woman got unalived by a white guy. Because there's a bigger issue here for me, and that's gun control. It seems that all of the craziest people have access to these guns. It has nothing to do with hunting, and I'm not trying to change anybody's lifestyle. I'm tired of waking up every day and somebody's life is unfairly taken from them because
Right.
it's so easy to get a GUN here in the United States.
Right.
Missing the regard for human life. I don't know what's wrong with these men. Like the one guy said, he admitted he shot him because he was black. He said that. This other guy has not talked yet. My point being is, how many more lives do we have to lose? How many more children and babies do we have to lose before those no good politicians do something about it? The only reason they're not doing anything about it, and why Republicans have such a strong stance on keeping their second to right, whatever the amendment is, they want their guns, is because they're being upon by Republicans that are getting paid by the NRA. These campaigns, they're giving them millions and millions of dollars. So anybody who says, I have a right for my GUN,
wow, yeah,
you're being a mouthpiece for some senator or congressman that wants their campaign funded by the NRA. It's dangerous. We need to do something about it. All my friends from overseas, Freddie, AJ, my nephew who lives there, say America is a rat race. Like, I would never live over there. This is my cousin said, my own nephew. I would never live over there anymore because they don't care about their people. That's how I feel about it. It happened again. 2 cheerleaders were shot for getting in the wrong car. No.
yeah. See, it's just too
Is
much.
that true, Carrie?
I don't know. I haven't heard that one, but
That's
I don't
horrible.
think they will make it up. I mean, like, we just talking about these 2 incidents, but we can go down a whole list of them.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's not even about taking your right to hunt. These incidents aren't happening while you out there chasing deer. It's happening in your driveway. It's happening at churches, grocery stores, malls. So ain't nobody hunting there. That's the problem with these guns.
And all of these people that say, I have the right to, hi, Sharon. Sharon says, I'm from Missouri and it's a trip. If you are Black, don't move to Missouri. That's what I'm hearing, because Missouri is where the Ralph Yarl case took place, right? Gun control. We need gun control.
Yeah.
We need gun control. And no one's doing anything about it. It's just sad. And everyone has the attitude, you have a right to carry your gun if you want to. Tell us your child.
Right.
Tell us your loved one.
Mm-hmm.
It has to stop. It's a epidemic here. It's a major problem, along with how we don't take care of our own for health reasons. Like, United States is the best place to live with some very serious major problems.
Yeah, no,
Let's start talking about it. Hey, Denzel.
How you doing, Surreal and Perry?
Hey, what's up? What's up?
Hey, Bonji.
Hey, Bonji.
Hey, Cheryl. Hey, Perry.
Hi, Sebastian.
Hey.
How you doing?
What's up, Sebastian?
I'm good. How is everyone?
Oh,
How's
good,
it?
good.
Hey,
What's up?
Ebony. Hey, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
You're back.
You there? You there?
You're there?
I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
Okay.
Yes, I
Yeah,
can.
Yeah, we
Pia,
can
can
hear
you
you.
hear me? What happened to Pia?
I'm here.
AJ.
Hey, what's
All right,
up?
we got some topics. Let's start with who's the E at the top. Let's start with you, Ebony. What do you want to sound off on?
Just real quick, I do believe in I believe in the person behind the gun is the person who's hurting individuals. I believe in the Second Amendment rights is important to stand your ground. So I'm not against someone who's responsible for their guns controlling what they have. That was irresponsible for both. I mean, I guess they did it on purpose. So they did that. For both those men did it on purpose, and all the shooters did it on purpose too. So I'm not sure if I agree with you when you're saying it's about the Republicans taking the guns from us, because if not, it's going to be like the drug era at the time period where the drugs were like hot commodity. So and I think the guns would be the same thing.
Clarify what you're saying just a little bit. If we put some type of ban or some kind of law on guns, you think people will still get their hands on that?
Yeah.
If you want one?
Yeah,
Let me
underground.
think about that.
It's always caused a black market for things like that.
Well, you know what? That may be true. I never thought about that, but we need to do something. You know, when they're taking
Too
out
many kids. Too many kids.
children, yeah. What do you think about that? It's getting in the hands of people that have mental health issues. Because when you open the door and because you see a black man standing there and you shoot and don't ask any questions.
I mean, there's no real answer.
What's wrong with you?
We're only doing speculation. We know, of course, we know the right answer is take the gun from somebody. We're going to see all that, but it's just not going to happen that way. It's not going to happen that way. And the Second Amendment right, unless the Second Amendment Constitution gets wiped out, they're going to continue with guns. That's all I wanted to say. But yeah, so.
Well, I appreciate you coming on and telling your point of view because everybody has a different opinion. And because I'm sure even though you believe in having a gun if you're responsible and everything, you don't agree with these nut jobs that are taking out our children.
I do not agree with hurting people. No, I do not agree with hurting individuals. I do not agree. But anyway, have a great afternoon, everyone. Bye.
Thank you.
All right, you take care.
Harry, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. I don't know what happened. Denzel, let me read this really quick. Both Republicans and Dems don't care about American people. They don't. How anyone thinks more GUNs on the street is okay is insane. We got to do something. It's happening.
We got to do
too
something.
much.
It's happening too much. It really
You get
is.
to minimize. You get to minimize it. I think at a certain point, you get to minimize it, and then just keep it as no military type of weapons. You know, those things for sure need to be banned. But when people do this kind of stuff, I think you must make them accountable.
Hold on 1 second, Perry.
Exactly.
A lot of I don't know what happened, Bonji, and now I'm backed up. You did get kicked out. The screen just went like this, and it just started. I don't know what happened.
Is it your internet again?
It might be me, Bonji. I do apologize. Let's sound off. Perry, were you done? Sorry.
Well, I was just saying that I think too. This is the important part. Instead of stand my ground and all this, use more common sense. When a person is clearly wrong about something, you have to make that person accountable. When you give them excuses,
You're saying if you are if you're a person that's irresponsible with your gun, you throw the book at them, and then maybe other people will catch on.
Well, if you think about it, yeah,
that's not going to help a person.
No, Sherelle. I mean, you know what? What helps them is they feel they have the right. The next person, I'm standing my ground. They'll come up with all kind of legal reasons why they can do what they do to you. But if they seen the last guy, when you use common sense and say, no, this person was in the wrong, lock them up, the next person to think twice.
Well, first of all, this should be a conversation held by our congressmen. Our senators.
Yes.
Why do we have to deal with this?
Because they don't care.
The 1%. They work for the people who work for the NRA. So they're not thinking of the other 99%, the people who actually are being impacted by these crazy people getting these guns.
Yeah.
Exactly.
For me, I understand that this at the end of the day, the Second Amendment was passed back in the day when we had no army. It was for citizens to protect themselves in case we were quote unquote invaded by whoever. That's not going to happen now. We spend our military has a blank check. So why do regular citizens need a freaking assault weapon? Like, where are you going? Who are you fighting? What's your target? At the end of the day, that's crazy. But at the end too, it's too easy for them to access it. Why I don't see the problem of letting them wait 2 weeks to get a gun, a GUN. Like, why is it okay for you to walk into a place and just be able to purchase that type of weapon? That's the issue. It's okay for them to wait. They don't want to take their things away. It's just, can we just limit as far as you being able to walk into a store and buy one right then and there, because we don't know what the person's headspace is. Most of these people who are doing these tragic SHOOTINGS, they are mentally not there. It's not like it's a person who has it all there and they're just walking and doing that. It's the people who don't have it all. Their screws aren't too tight.
It's
So
crazy.
that's, yeah.
A True Blue says, Sherelle, I'm a single female and a military vet. Okay. I have a GUN in my house locked up and it's only to be used as a last resort. But you're in the military, you know how to work it.
Mhm.
You're more experienced. You're not a nut job.
Sherelle, I also wanted to say something else. The two stories with the two incidences, to me, they're two different. The one guy, the Larry, whatever his name is, he intentionally knew who the person was, and he intentionally shot him because of the color of his skin. The girl who was shot, SHOT, in the other place,
Caitlin is her name.
Heard in New York. It's like in the middle of nowhere. There's when I Googled it on Google Maps, like every house is like literally about 100 miles away. So I can understand that for that person, he may really have thought, okay, I don't know who this car is. It might have been somebody trying to steal my house, steal something from me or whatever. For that, I understand. But the other one, he knew who he was shooting. That was intentional.
Yeah, even that though, nobody got out the car.
If I turn into your driveway and I don't even get out the car, your first response shouldn't be
to take your GUN. It should be,
Yeah.
are you okay? Are you lost?
It should be, but you got to put yourself in that person where that place is, and also people's perspective as far as what they see on the news, because a lot of times people who live in places like that, they don't go in city places, so all their news and from what they see, oh, it's crazy people, somebody showed up at my house, and their perspective might be a little bit skewed as opposed to you and I. We won't just shoot, just because we see somebody pull into our driveway, I'm just going to shoot at you. But you have to put I'm not saying he's right, but I can see where if I'm living in the middle of nowhere and someone in the middle of the night pulls into my driveway, I'm shooting at the car. I could see why that person did that.
May I add something to that?
Wow.
Why you not calling
Are you new
police?
to the channel?
Me, yes.
Yeah. Is it? How do you guys say your name, Miss Dogan?
Yes, Miss Dogan.
Hi.
Hey Perry, I'm over on Perry Station
how
all
you
the
doing?
time.
Oh
Hey, y'all.
no! Sound off, Miss Dogan. What did you want to add to that?
Well, just to that, I was gonna say, yeah, we do need to be considerate of the environment that we are living in. My 85-year-old grandmother sits with her gun by her side at the door. Somebody pulls in her driveway, she may just start shooting if it looks, weird. So yeah, we shouldn't be pulling into people's driveways this time with the climate. The climate. We have to be more careful.
With the GUN next
with
to her.
the GUN.
Why?
Because it's very dangerous here.
I'd like to say something.
Go ahead, Sebastian.
Okay, this GUN thing, I understand it is a Second Amendment right, but there are other Second Amendment rights where we need licenses and identification and proper training before we get them. For example, interstate travel. Interstate travel is also an amendment. Is also a right that we have as Americans to travel within states. Yet we still need an ID. We still need all these things. And if you are a driver, you need to go through certain driving courses. I think that we need to have GUN GUN safety courses, and I think that we need a recertification period as well after you get one.
That's a good idea. You're
Because-
saying get educated about it.
Get educated, because I don't think
It's an hour. Literally, when you go to purchase one, they show you a video for it's like a 30-minute video, and then you get it.
Not all states have that. The thing is,
Well,
and the thing is,
I live in Maryland, and that's how it's in Maryland.
I know this as well. Like this situation with the boy, that was a racial incident. The man clearly stated he wanted to K him, so that's a racial incident. But the other situations were not racial incidents. They were just not smart moves. Like who triggers when someone just shows up like that? I don't do stuff like that. I've been in a situation where when I was younger, back home in Queens, some drunk guy came into the house and we did not know. We were like, "Are you okay, sir?" and stuff. My mother was panicking, and we didn't want to react or anything. So we were like, "Are you okay?" And then he just fell and collapsed to the floor. So we don't you're not supposed to just automatically let's unalive the person. That should not be your first thing. If the person does not have a meaning to come to unalive you, if the person is not coming to unalive you, there's no reason to. The first thing in your head should be unalive them. It should be, are
Right.
you okay? Do you
I
need
agree.
help?
Sensible,
Are
sensible
you
people know that,
lost?
but
Are
everybody's
you
not sensible.
lost?
Think like that.
Are you lost? Like the cheerleading thing and that girl in upstate New York, that was should have been the first question. I don't understand this. Even for Ralph Yarl, that should have been the first question too. Are you lost? But he wanted to make a racial incident. He wanted to say that he clearly did it because the kid was black. And that situation hurts me so hard because that kid comes from a good home. Both of his parents,
Right.
great family. He had a great, I hope he recovers very well in the future. I really do. I really do. And especially I've been hearing things that his emotions are affected because that's
Yeah.
where the bull thing went.
Mm.
I can't. This is it's
Well,
crazy.
first of
Hey,
all, it's a
Sherelle,
miracle
Sherelle,
to get plowed in the
And
head.
he should not.
Go
Sherelle,
ahead,
can I?
Don.
So I see both sides of this. I grew up with them. My father taught us how to hunt. I mean, we hunted a lot growing up. But when I have two other brothers. When we became grown men, we all have them. My oldest brother was a pastor, and now he works at a university. But he used to have his underneath his robe because
Wow.
of the area of the church.
Uh-huh.
I have one on my nightstand. I have one on top of my refrigerator and in my
Oh,
car.
what the
And
hell, Don? Where
it is,
Where do you
it is,
live?
and I am not crazy. I'm
No, you're
not
not. You're not.
mental. I'm not out to do that to anybody first. It's just something
Right.
that some people grow up with and know how to use them responsibly.
Right.
I have
Yep.
never had to pull unless I was at a range or I was in the country hunting. I've never had to pull at all.
Mhm.
But it's just sometimes it's people who grow up with them who know how to use them responsibly. We use this word, people are mental. That is a small percentage of people who have those mental issues. A lot of people that do it because they want to.
Exactly.
Do it because, they have it. They feel like they're big and tough.
Mhm.
It's nothing mental about it. They have plans to do it. They set up, they make write letters about it, telling people that it's going to happen. That's not a mental issue. That's knowing what that's premeditated. There's a
Mhm.
difference between those type of people and people who are just responsible and just are aware of their surroundings and aware. I had to
Don,
take
I
classes.
get where you're coming from. You raised around them. You know how to use them. I don't, by the way. I don't know how to use them. And you're not crazy. But something has to be in place. If I wake up to another school
It's not
Right.
just
Right.
Now
I'm
this
going
is where
to.
I agree with Perry. Military style weapons, there's no need for them. There's no need. If you hunt with a military, and I'm talking about the AK, if you
Uh-huh.
hunt with it, it literally explodes the animal. So you can't eat it.
Oh.
You can't do anything. You can't mount it. You can't do any of that because the animal explodes.
Mm,
So it's not
mm.
something for it's not that particular
That's
that
for
AK is for military purposes
military.
only. When we had the weapons ban, we didn't it was none of this. Now the weapons ban has been lifted
What is
and
the weapons ban?
they signed a weapons ban about 25 something 27 years ago when I believe Clinton was in office. It may have
Okay.
been Bush or Clinton.
Okay.
And we didn't have the AKs like we have now because it was illegal to sell them. It was illegal to purchase them. Yes, people had them, but you didn't have 10 and 15 in the household. You didn't
Mhm.
have them. They were bought illegally. When their weapons ban was in place, you just didn't have these mass things happening on a consistent basis. You didn't have them. But now that ban has been lifted, it's happening all the time. Every time you turn on MSNBC, CNN, here's another one, here's another one, here's another one. So it's about the person. People set up, they want to do it, they are going to do it because they can.
Yeah. And I
Well,
mean, for me, I think it's a bigger effect too, right? Even with law enforcement, all this stuff. I think when you allow those kind of weapons coming in, most cops feel like they out weaponized when they walk up to your car. If they feel like you had the same weapon or less, maybe that will cut down some of the stuff too. You know what I'm saying? So
AJ, you jump in because you live in a different country and you think we're a bunch of nut jobs over here. The way there's a shooting every week, right? Do you guys have that?
Yeah. No, we don't have we don't have really any gun crimes that much. More knife crimes, but not as much. And I don't know what it is, but that old guy, he's 84. He should not, and I mean certain people are equipped to have it, but he should be in a care home, not having a gun. I'm sorry.
Do your
Like
cops
that's just
care?
so wrong.
Do,
And I also don't believe people who are 84 should be driving a car.
well, do you guys do your cops carry GUNs?
No, most police don't even carry guns over here. They just have tear gas, and we don't really, unless if they get alerted that someone has a gun or weapon, then they have a special unit that have guns, and then they send them out.
What about you
But
have
normal,
people that hunt over there, right? That like to hunt.
yeah, yeah, you need to have permission. We do, but that's in the countryside for foxes and birds and stuff like that. That's posh people. And that's also been banned. Fox hunting, that used to be a big thing over here. I think that was banned. So they are people, but they have mostly rifles. Nobody has like AR-15 over here. Like that's illegal.
So
Or
maybe
like
Don is right.
handguns
Don is right.
or shotguns. Nobody has, because we have like it's just more. I wouldn't say necessarily it's more safer, but we just don't have as much killings because usually it's one man killing like 20 people with a gun. Where if you don't have a gun, you wouldn't perhaps kill that many people because you wouldn't have a weapon.
You might be right, Don. Pia, jump in. Have you spoke yet?
No, I was just listening to what everybody was saying. Well, you heard about the incident at a Sweet 16 where someone went on a spree with a GUN, and they haven't caught the people yet.
No, I didn't hear about that.
Yep, that happened. And then Florida, they passed a law where anybody, they don't have to have an ID or anything, can just go and get a gun.
Ooh, GUN.
No,
I'm
that's
sorry,
ridiculous.
GUN. Yeah, Florida they just passed that law.
Yeah, and yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
To me, it's just everything's just gotten way out of control. It's every other week. And for that poor boy to have what happened to him, my heart just went out. But thankfully, from what they said on the news, he is at home recovering.
Mm-hmm. But someone said, I believe it was Don, that he got POW. Yeah, and so
that is crazy.
He's gonna have a
that
lot
is
of
so
emotions
nuts
to deal with, and probably PTSD and all of that.
And I want this. I hope the family does not feel that it's their fault. I hope that does not happen. And I feel like that may happen. I don't want the twins, to feel as if it's their fault because they were at someone's. I don't like that. I hope that does not happen to him. I really hope no one's guilty. No one from the family is guilty in this situation. The only person who's guilty is the attempted K-er.
Right.
Exactly.
All right. Denzel, sound off or go into Portia and them really attacking Tamron Hall.
I'm not worried about them hoes. No, I'm not. I like Tamron Hall, and she's doing a good job. I ain't worried about them two hoes. But they not irrelevant. I don't care about them. I really don't. But anyway, this is a real topic, what's his name? What's the young man's name?
Ralph Yarl.
Yeah, I feel sorry for him. And I've read that he's doing well, and I hope he have a speedy recovery. And that evil man, he needs to be locked up in prison, and it's just, excuse me, it's ridiculous. Every single day, I be seeing it every single day. It's a shooting, and it's like,
pow. You got to say pow.
Oh, I can't say that word.
No.
No,
Every
I
day
can't say
someone's
none
getting
of them.
pow pow.
I'm sorry.
Every
I'm
day.
sorry. I'm sorry, sure. I ain't know. YouTube be tripping. They
They
tripping.
do. They do.
But
And it's a lot of money in it.
what it's a lot of pow, a lot of pow going on. It's a lot of tragedy going on. I'm gonna use that word. It's a lot of tragedy going on every day, and it's just and this is how I feel, and I respect what other people is feeling, but this is how I feel. I'm not putting my religion on people, but this is how I feel. I think that people need to give their life to Jesus Christ before it's too late, because it's a lot of evil mess going on. It's just it's a lot of evil mess going on, and I really think we live in the last days. I really do, because it's too much every single day. It's crazy.
Now,
It's crazy, huh?
AJ, you just said something under your breath. You said they're
What do you
making a
say?
lot of money. Who's making
Yeah.
money?
Who?
The NRA,
Yeah.
and I'll tell you why. I mean, these people. I mean, and I read somewhere like when more these school shootings happens, then NRA are just encouraging people to buy more guns,
Yeah.
and they're making more money, and politicians are just
Don't
saying
say
go
that.
and buy more guns.
AJ, don't say the word. Just say GUN.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you fine.
Apologize. Yeah, and they encourage him to do that, and it's they're making a lot of money. They are a lot of
Yeah.
money. And what's her name? One of the women that used to be a spokeswoman. Remember her? I don't. Her name is something. She's got brown hair. She's now a governor of
Oh,
Arkansas
really?
somewhere. hmm
Sarah Huckabee.
She's the governor of Arkansas, and she was the head of NRA.
Huckabee, Sarah Huckabee.
No,
I
it
mean,
was another one. She
what's
was at the rally when the Parkland shooting happened.
what's her
Remember
name?
they did a rally, and she was there
Marjorie Taylor
defending the
Greene.
NRA.
No,
The
no,
one
no.
from
She
Arizona, right?
no, the
Arizona.
governor of Arkansas
Arizona.
is Mike Huckabee's
Sarah
daughter.
Huckabee.
Yeah,
Oh,
Sarah
okay.
Sarah
Huckabee.
Huckabee
This
Sanders.
is sad.
No, but her name is something else, but she is nuts. I'll tell you that. And she was sitting there in front of the school kids and defending it, and the school kids. Did you all watch it? It was on CNN, the Parkland shootings, and it was those school kids confronting the
You're probably talking
NRA,
about
and
that
she was the only one.
Margaret somebody, probably.
Marjorie.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marjorie.
Wow.
Yeah,
No,
she.
Oh,
no,
No, not
she's
Marjorie.
she's a blonde girl. No, she's super
Oh.
crazy.
Oh, wow.
She's a QAnon supporter.
All right.
NG.
Emmanuel, sound off.
But I was gonna say, can I say something?
Oh yeah, go ahead, AJ. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Kylie, this is a publicity stunt. First of all, I don't believe she's with, Timothy, because first of all, Timothy is super skinny, and he's white. Sorry to say.
What?
And she has a type.
What?
I'm just saying, it's true. She has a
AJ.
type. Kylie has a type, and it's a publicity stunt, and he's very hot in Hollywood, and he's got squeaky clean image,
So let me
and
ask you, AJ.
he did that movie with a vampire,
Do you think
remember
that
him, Armie Hammer?
the Kardashians' run has come to an end? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, yes, it's very evident. They first of all, they are laughing because they signed $100 million deal, and they're making a lot of money. They don't really need to do what they're doing. So because they're so relevant on social media. But I've heard that they are becoming declined, and
That's
also
what they're
the beauty
saying.
products as well is becoming a flop.
That's what people are
And
saying. Oh wow, really?
yeah,
They over.
I've heard that.
They are
It's
over.
coming like to an end. So it's like I don't know what else they're gonna do, because they're now taking all the plastic out of their body. Have you
Oh,
noticed
really?
that?
Yeah.
Like all of them taking their butts out, their breast out, they've taken most of it out because that's the new trend. So they're trying to like create a new trend now. So Larsa Pippen, you better hurry up. She's gonna follow that trend.
He said, "You better hurry up."
Because she was so much up Kim Kardashian's butt. Remember that?
Can I
She
say?
betrayed them.
Go
Can
ahead,
I
Pia.
say-
Go ahead, Pia.
I'm going to say this and then I'm going to drop. Did you guys see the interview of why Future went after Larsa Pippen to begin with?
No. What
No.
happened?
When Future was a little boy, and this came from Future because I saw the interview, he met Scottie Pippen, and Scottie Pippen was really mean to him. He wouldn't like give him a high five. So I guess Future held on to that for years and went after Larsa Pippen for revenge.
Oh my God.
And I heard that too.
Yeah, he said it.
Yeah.
Oh, he was holding a grudge.
Yes, that's why he
Oh.
would. That's why he messed around with Larsa Pippen to get back at Scottie Pippen.
This is
Ooh.
Oh,
messy.
that ain't difficult.
Whoa.
That ain't
What do you
hard.
guys think
It really
about
is.
too about the whole DJ Academics things? Did he sell us
Oh my
out?
God.
I
or
want to
did-
comment.
He
I want to
sure
comment first.
he sure
Who said they
did.
want to comment first? Who said
Sebastian,
know.
Sebastian.
that? Sebastian
I don't
sound
think
off.
so. Get
Okay.
that money.
We need to stop. We need to stop criticizing when people do stuff that guarantee them their bag. Okay, it's not like he's out here spreading it wide or King for his bag. Let the man do what he wants to get his bag, as long as he's not King or spreading it wide. Did he sell his soul? Maybe, but
Maybe. That's
I'm
his
gonna have to say this. I'm gonna have to say this. People keep on criticizing Rumble.
Okay.
But the thing is, on Rumble, you could say almost anything that you want, and you could get monetized instantaneously. Like, people go viral quick, and you could get monetized instantly. You don't even have to have like 1,000 subscribers or anything.
I didn't even know what
Oh.
Rumble was until I just
Oh,
heard
really?
Roland Martin dragging the hell out of DJ Academics. So how long has Rumble been around? They said it's
Forever.
one of the owners is a guy named Dan Bongino, and you have to be very leery of
Yeah.
him.
Yep.
Oh
I
my
know
God, Dan Bongino
Oh.
is managing.
Can I say something,
Oh, I
Sharon?
know about him.
Well, hold on. Let me let Sebastian finish. Go ahead.
And also, it's annoying. I don't like Roland Martin personally because he's very, very, very disrespectful sometimes. But I don't like him personally. I also want to say this about Tamron Hall and this whole situation. Tamron Hall and Wendy Williams were the only two Black women on daytime TV for a while. Once Wendy left, I started focusing more on Tamron Hall because I used to think she was boring. But once I started watching Tamron has been getting better and better and better. And I'm here for it. She's a journalist. She's educated. And now she's starting to throw shade. She's starting to do all these things. Tamron, do your job. Don't listen to these people.
Really?
Yeah.
You ask the questions that people want to be asked. You ask what people are thinking but are scared to say. That's what you should be doing.
Hold
and that's
on,
what
hold
Tamron
on.
has-
Somebody said really. Who said that?
Me?
Who's
Huh?
me? Oh, you
Oh,
don't
Emmanuel.
agree with Sebastian, Emmanuel?
Emmanuel.
No.
Why?
She needs
Ooh.
to lay low and get off my girl Portia's back. Okay?
Oh, really? Really?
Yes.
Why you like Portia so much?
Portia is that girl, okay? But
She's dumb.
She's that girl.
she's not.
Oh,
She
But-
is.
Hold on, let him finish. I love my channel, by the
Sebastian,
way.
you said that she's becoming more shady. Well, then she gotta be ready for the blowback because you're gonna be coming for Portia. You're gonna hit back.
Portia
Sherelle.
didn't
Nobody
know
ain't
what
scared.
Portia didn't know.
Hold on, Pia. Hold on, Pia.
What?
Emmanuel, you call asking her, was Simon married when you met him? That's going for Portia?
Yeah, because that's insinuating she was HOE.
Wow.
Wasn't she though?
She's a hoe.
She is
I
though.
would.
She is a
I
hoe.
would have said, how
All right,
dare
okay,
you ask
okay,
me?
Denzel. Let's calm it down a little bit with that. Now that's still my girl, but
Perry?
I'm playing.
with look, man, like that's a simple question. It's like if you made it big in Hollywood, if somebody asks you, well, how did you get into acting or make it big? It's a normal question that would be asked. Now,
but she's the
yes or
princess
no.
of Laconia.
I love Portia.
Oh my God.
She's
But-
dumb.
Well, what I'm saying is,
He said she's dumb.
I love her, but that's what you got.
She's
to
not
expect.
bright.
If you took the lady's man, that's what you did.
Yeah.
What
And
about,
she's the princess.
Hey,
Well,
Sherelle.
Yeah, who said that? Don, hold on one
Don.
second. Hold on.
Okay.
Emmanuel, Tamron Hall is a true blue journalist. Can you give her that? She went to college for this. Can you give her that?
Then why is she interviewing reality TV stars? Why isn't she interviewing politicians or?
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
if she wants to be in the
Really?
gossip business, then she got to be ready for that blowback.
Emmanuel, you cannot take
There's
away
no
from
money
the fact.
in it.
that she's
There's no
she's
money
an
in it.
award winning. Why are they giving her awards if she's no better than a blogger? Why are they giving her awards?
I don't. I'm not saying she's not qualified. I'm sure she is. She's actually very smart. I know that. But again, I think that was an offensive question.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
No.
Nothing about that.
And
Nothing about that
awards are
was
just
offensive. These
It was a
people
yes or
can't
no
No.
question.
Cheryl, can I sound off
Portia,
on something else?
Yeah, go ahead. Before
Oh
we
yes,
chop you
thank
up.
you.
What I wanted to talk about the other topic we were talking about. When it comes to GUENs, I'm pretty extreme, or dare I say radical, when it comes to that topic. I think the Second Amendment should be repealed. I don't think there's any reason at all why people need to have GUENs. The only purpose a weapon like that has is to shoot a bullet that's going to end up hurting someone.
But what about people like Dawn? What about people that like to hunt? What about people who grew up with it? What about responsible people that know
Self-defense.
how to use it? What about that?
Look, Shira, it's a fact that more GUENs equals more GUEN related accidents and crimes. Yes, of course, there are people who are responsible, and I'm not taking that away from them, but it's still a deadly weapon. And I don't think there's no reason. This country is too obsessed with that type of culture, and I think it's time to get rid of it, because there's too much violence that happens. We're seeing it every day, little innocent kids at schools. Now, I know that realistically, it probably won't be repealed because, like I said, Americans, for some reason, they love them. So what I think they should do is, like Dawn said, they should ban that specific gun, the AR-15, because when somebody shoots with that, there's pretty much nothing left. Like, it demolishes
Dawn,
the body.
If that happened, would gun owners be happy with that if they just banned the real dangerous stuff?
I think most responsible owners, that's what they want. They don't mind having a background check. They don't mind having, having to wait or having a loophole, having that GUN show loophole repealed or
That's a good
implemented
idea,
in some states.
Yeah.
I don't mind that. But
Yeah.
what I do mind is having those weapons of war on the street. There is no need for those at all.
None.
Go ahead,
Have you
Emmanuel. I
got
cut you off.
handguns? Have you got handguns? I mean,
Go ahead, Emmanuel. I cut you off.
Sorry.
Oh
Sorry.
no, yeah, that was basically it. But like, yeah, I think it's I don't know, it's disgusting. And that bill that in Florida they just passed, that you can just carry one, like you don't need anything.
Crazy.
And it's like, no, I have a hard time wrapping my head around it, only because I'm like part of the generation that like actually grew up. I was in high school when all these
Me too.
accidents were happening, and I remember I think I was like in 9th grade maybe when in 2017 when one of the big ones happened, and I just remember like I was actually scared of going to school. I'm not gonna lie to you, because
Yeah.
I can understand.
yeah, so
how awful.
Let's
Yeah.
let
Have you
Bonji
got a
jump
metal
in.
detector?
Sound off, Bonji.
Okay, so a couple of things. I'm with Emmanuel. I am very radical when it comes to GUNs, and a personal experience. Earlier this spring, I visited Southern Africa, and I remember being in this. It was like a mall, and I walked into the grocery store, and we walked right to the back of the grocery store. I remember one of the first things I kept thinking to myself was, okay, where's an exit? And that's when I knew how much the violence that is caused by them has affected me and probably our kids and people around us. Now, here's the thing. I remember very clearly when I was preparing to move to the US from Africa, when Columbine happened. That was so shocking to not only America, but the world. because it was something that you cannot imagine happening to young people who woke up in the morning, got dressed, the parents said goodbye, not knowing that was gonna be the last time that they say goodbye.
Right.
Now, the reason why the Second Amendment will not be repealed is because, whether we like it or not, politicians on both sides of the aisle get money from the National Rifle Association.
Yup. Speak on it.
Nashville
Yeah.
happened 2 weeks ago. And what was happening 2 weekends ago, the NRA had their annual conference, and all the leading Republican people for the presidential election in 2024 were talking and sucking up and kissing their AWS to the 10th degree.
Yeah.
The mistake that was made was when President Bush left office and the assault weapons ban was not renewed. And President Obama came in, and his main focus was getting health care, rightfully so. But in the process, the assault weapons ban was not renewed. So when the Second Amendment was written by the founding fathers, they never imagined a GUN as powerful as an AR being available to anybody who walks into a store. I am for responsible ownership, but at the rate that things are in America, to be honest with you, I'm starting to lose faith. And slowly but surely, it's becoming difficult to have hope. Because if anything would have happened, Sandy Hook, those young, innocent children should have made a difference. And we should have done something. But if, as a nation, we're willing to sit and keep sending thoughts and prayers and not doing anything, it's beyond heartbreaking. This young man in Missouri, the only reason why his story became mainstream media was because a Black-owned newspaper called the Kansas City Defender was, reported on this story over and over and over again. And that's how it got traction, which is a problem in itself, because there's no reason why that man's first response was what he did.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Nothing on the face of the earth that could make that okay with anybody. And I live, at the end of a long cul-de-sac. And my first instinct when I hear the doorbell ring is not, okay, how am I going to just blast this person that's on the other side? No, like Sebastian said, it's, are you okay? What do you need? Can I help you?
Are you lost?
Oh, and by the way, don't even talk to me about Portia in the same sentence as Tamron Hall. Tamron Hall is an educated woman who has credentials, and she, damn it, knows what the Underground Railroad was.
Oh my
That
God.
was funny.
Oh, sound off, Diva.
I'll start with the lighter situation with Tamron Hall. See, Tamron Hall, she did change around her method over, I'm going to say, like the past 3 years. Tamron Hall, I watched her all the time. Tamron Hall did stories such as, like a story like what's happened with this, with Ralph. She would do, a teacher that bought books for all the students in the school. But all of them are facing the against the bloggers that they wanted to joke and laugh about, right? So with us bloggers, we got access 24/7. So the story happened at midnight. We could turn on our camera at 12:01 and we the story. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're dealing with that. And as a result of that, Tamron Hall has changed the way that she does things in the way that she interviewed. I noticed it when she interviewed Shine. Shine is the one that was with Puffy and he went to jail and all of that. But the difference with Shine was he knew how to redirect Tamron Hall. She asked him over and over again, was he mad about the fact that he went to jail and how is this with Puffy, whatever? He said, I'm not talking about that. I want to talk about my country. I want to talk about this. I want to talk about the good things I'm doing now. If you go back and pull up that interview, he redirected her about 7 times sideways. So with Portia, with Larsa, what you need to do is, if you're going to go on an interview, be prepared to answer anything that's going on in your life. Sit up there and get yourself together, but don't complain after if the interviewer got you. You got what you got. You need to know what you walking into, what you get into, and be prepared to interview and answer any question. So the thing is, shame on you. Now, when it comes to the Kardashians, you know what? Instead of them saying, woe is me, be thankful for over decades. Over decades, y'all won.
30 years.
Y'all won. Y'all was winning. So now the people are tired of seeing the same old kumbaya moment and y'all fake little storylines that the sisters had a fight and this, that, and the other. Get over it. Y'all
Amen, Diva.
Raked in the bank. Now is your time is up. The gig is up. Get yourself together and be over it. It is what it is. Now, when it comes to the GUN, right? There's so many ways we could look at this situation. I will say this: after COVID. And I believe that it probably was existing in people, but I think when people went on lockdown, they went stir crazy, and it has brought out the crazy in more people. My thing is, I can't go nowhere without GPS. But even with GPS, sometimes I get lost. The thing told me go right and I went left. I don't know what happened, right? And I had to going down blocks where I needed to do a U-turn, but the block was so tiny, I had no choice but to be partly in someone else's driveway when I was turning. Do you understand what I mean? So my thing is, with all of this electronics that we have now and this technology, everybody got the Ring doorbell. If you could see a person, talk to a person, say something to a person before you even go to your door opening. I don't open my door for nobody. When they at the door, it'd be like, and they go ding dong, my phone be like, ping, somebody's at your doorbell, okay? I could see their face, I could speak to them, what you want, why you here, who you looking for, without me going anywhere near my door. And if I feel like I'm in danger, all I gotta do, and I ain't got money like that, I press the thing on my ADT and it'll ring alarms and everybody be coming.
Are you saying, Diva, there was no excuse for him doing what he did?
None whatsoever. Now,
He said he
if
did it on
I
purpose.
ring the alarms and I spoke to you through my Ring doorbell or whatever, and you still trying to come through, then it's on and popping, right? But I could ring alarms, I could talk to you, I could tell you get away, I could tell you at the wrong door, all without even going anywhere near my door. So my thing is, what is people's problem when they want to say they was afraid something was going to happen? Where's your technology? Why is your first defense is to have that deadly thing in your hand? And
Exactly.
Your old man, you need to go down. And the man with the girl, you need to go down.
Right.
These people need to start going down, so everybody know if you do have one and you want to use it, not be responsible when you use it, you're gonna go down. We don't want no questions. You're gonna go down for whatever happened to that particular person. With this young boy, it is super sad. I can't even believe it, and things need to stop. I'm of the mindset when it comes to those things happening in the schools and everything else. If unfortunately something happens to the right person's family member, things will change overnight. It will change overnight because if you remember, Sherelle, back when can we use the D word, DRUGS? Back when that K2 was out, right? It hit a different community. We heard about it, and then the next thing you know, it was no more K2. It was a wrap. But our people is strung out, D'd out, passing out on the streets, and they can't seem to help them or get rid of that particular substance, right? But as soon as it hits the wrong area, they're like, oh my God, this is so sad. We got to do something about it. They did a whole campaign about it to make sure that K2 was wiped off the face of the earth, okay? Because it hit the wrong areas. But when it's not in the wrong areas and it doesn't hit the wrong people, they could care less how much it impacts. It's like, oh, let's pray, let's say this, let's whatever. I think that just like you got to go all of this to get a car.
That's right.
Yeah.
You gotta,
Yeah.
you got to be of a certain age to drive. And then when you got to get a probationary license.
Exactly.
You need more controls around that particular thing that is so deadly. And you know, when I was growing up, they said if you didn't bring a knife or a GUN to the fight, then nobody was going to get hurt like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Once you have one of those, it's almost guaranteed whatever happens to you pull that thing, that's it. And the problem with those are too, you are not going to be good enough where you can pull it, because there are law enforcement who pull it and hit the wrong person. So
Exactly.
if you are an amateur and you pull that thing that comes out don't have nobody name on it. You could be aiming at me and it hits somebody else who's innocent. So we need more control on these things. And you know, a lot of times we say vote. I'm gonna say this really quickly, Sherelle. The thing with voting is, right, sometimes when you voting, you're just like flipping a coin. Let me pick the better of the lesser evil.
Right.
Because they all evil, right? And then on
Exactly.
top of that, when you do have some that look like us that get in there, they join the party. You understand?
Yeah.
They lose
Speaking
their
fact.
and
Tim Scott.
they align with the people that are there, and then they ain't no good either. So they went in there with good intentions, but when they got in there, they just joined the nonsense, and they not helping us either. It takes a strong person to stand up and be an individual and go against the grain. And you don't have too many people that are built for that. Because you know why? When you go against the grain, you have a rough existence, whatever space you are in.
Yeah, and they're powerful, those gun lobbies. I mean, keep saying it, sorry.
You do.
Apologize.
You left something out. What are your thoughts on academics?
Well, you know, listen, let me tell you something. You know what, Sherelle? Sometimes with money, people, they money trumps a lot of things. And he heard the dollar signs, and he probably said, you know what? Listen,
but is he wrong? You can't be wrong if you're putting your future, if you're thinking about your future, because we're not going to come feed you if you're broke.
That's true.
But you know what though, Sherelle? Here's the thing. I got levels to see. Here's the thing about me. I can live in a studio apartment. See, so when you are okay with being in a certain spot, then money won't be the end all be all in your decisions. Okay. So no, I may not want to live XYZ, but the thing with me is I can if I had to. So I'm not going to lose all my morals over a dollar bill. So you would never
Come on now.
like that. So my thing is, there are some people that I just won't now align myself with. That man that he have standing by next to taking a picture, out of control, out of line, and out of pocket for on so many levels. And if you told me that I'm going to get the money and this is who's going to be next to me, then I'm going to tell you, deuces, I'm good. So my when you're supposed to get something, it's going to come to you no matter what.
So you're saying all money is not good money?
That's not at all.
Can I say something?
Amen.
Quick?
Go ahead, Sebastian.
I watch some of these streamers.
Wow.
I watch some of them, and I want to say this. There's this movement within like young black men, not even just young black men. It's young men in general, all colors and races, where the said party, the Republican Party, has been targeting them more to produce more favorable to them. I'm sorry, the Dems can't get mad. They can't get mad. Y'all gonna have to suck it up and accept it. It's just the truth. It's called marketing. It's basic business.
They got
And that's what
outsmarted.
They're doing the same thing.
Here's
They're
the
doing
thing,
the same thing as well on TikTok.
Yes, they did.
Joe Biden's got all these young kids now. He's hired
TikTokers.
at the White House. Yeah,
So
they're doing all the
yes, a lot of these
TikTok. Yeah, they got a
TikTokers are going
special
to the
room
White
at the
House.
White House.
Oh
And they're
my
over there in the
Oh,
White
wow.
House, the Oval
I guess
Office,
it's called
everywhere.
politics.
It's all over TikTok.
It's called
Yeah.
politics.
Y'all can't be
They all
mad.
do
at
it. They all do
and
it.
another thing
It's
is,
all about money
these
and
are
power.
these are the same people who, I'm gonna say this, and I know I'm gonna get dragged in the comments because this person has a good fan base. Y'all were mad at Beyonce for performing in Dubai because homosexuality is a crime there, but you know, $24 million is a lot of money. Okay,
Yeah, they need to
I
get
don't
over
care.
it.
They need to get
They
over
need
it.
to get
Okay,
over that.
let the
Yeah.
man get
Sebastian,
his bag.
Mhm.
are
I'm
you
sorry.
saying
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
Sebastian, are
They
you
need to
saying
get
that
over it.
everybody has a price? Everybody has a number?
Everybody
Yes.
has a price. Even the people who are saying that they have studio
Everybody has a
apartments, they can
price.
live in studio
Now,
apartments. Deem, I'm
Sebastian, if
Oh,
we
sorry.
don't see you tomorrow, we know something happened to you. No, I'm just playing.
I'm just sorry. I'm sorry. There's a price for everything. There's a price for everything. That
Diva,
said,
do you
And
have
price.
a
people's gonna
price?
forget. People will forget in
Of
a
course,
couple of years.
listen, Sherelle, we need money, right? Listen. I don't care what you do, you need money because you can't do nothing without money. But
Exactly.
like I said, I did was so low. I'm gonna go. I promise you that. I'm not. I just I'm not gonna do it. It's not worth it to me, right?
That's what you're
And
saying.
so
Yeah.
if I'm standing up for XYZ, and then XYZ be like, you know what? If you sit down, we'll give you this amount of money. I'm good. Because here's the thing
What?
I always know my whole life. I never went without. Now I'm not saying, the money's overflowing or whatever. I never went without. I never had to ask nobody for a dime. I never went
But
without.
here's the thing, Diva. You are an older woman.
Yes.
Exactly.
You know what the price that DJ Academics are going to have to pay eventually, because he
Right.
is. And so you could see through all of it. But if you're young, DJ Academics is probably between 25 and 32 at the max. That's his prime. He doesn't know.
And it's on Twitch. It's
Yeah.
on Twitch.
You want to know
It's
what's
better than
funny though,
Twitch.
Sherelle? You'll find a lot of people, like if there was a show about these lottery winners, right? And a lot of them that won the lottery, they were very poor, right? And they a lot of them, they say, you know what? Sometimes I wish I never even won the money.
I just read an
Yeah.
article last
Yeah.
night or night before last about that. The guy won all the money. He was like, I wish I would have never won. So much bad luck came my way.
But do you
Really?
realize
Wow.
what a strategic move that is? When you go after young Black men, they will put you in their rap songs. I'm trying to tell you, they will put you in their rap song. They will shout you out. You will be all over their social media. It was a very strategic move. And like Sebastian said, we can't get mad because the Republicans.
Oh, no, you know
are
what? I'm not
smarter.
mad at them for making a smart move. I'm not
They're
mad at them
smart.
for making a smart move. But my
Right.
thing is, you fell for the okie doke,
Yep,
right?
yep,
Because
yep.
and the reason why I'm saying you fell for the okie doke is because only using you right now because they need you.
Exactly.
But if
That's
you
what it
really
is.
did dumb, they wouldn't give you the time of day.
Matter of
Come
fact,
on,
that's the
Diva.
most hated
Come on.
group. Black men between 25 and 32.
Right, right. But
They are racial profiling.
and if you think about it, right, the same thing just happened to Kanye West.
That part.
Yeah.
Well, he's
Yeah.
running.
Let's
He
put
was
running
running
Yeah.
to them.
this
Well,
conversation.
Kanye was running to
Do
them.
what you have to do. What you have to do. But you can't
Yeah.
be for me then against me at the same time. So at the same time, like that's a personal decision that person would have to make. But just like any other personal decision we make, we get to live with the consequence.
They do. And I hate that Kanye took a turn for the left because I really loved Kanye. I will never look at him the same. He
Me
went
neither.
I'm
crazy.
sorry, guys. I still love him. He just needs to get his medication through. He's been doing that. I still love him. I'm still
Medication is not going to help him.
I don't care.
Pills
Y'all could
and
cancel me.
potions
I still love
are
that.
not going to help
not,
him.
Y'all are not going to cancel this man.
But when I just seen Kanye on Drink Champs. He just goes left.
How's he doing?
Me too. I saw that too.
You don't know what's going to come out of his mouth. He can't be trusted. He needs to be watched at all times.
That's what
He's not.
his new wife is making sure he's watched at all times. We have not.
New wife?
Well, he needs to take care of his school.
That part.
Yeah, there you go.
That part.
His new
There
school.
you go, Emmanuel.
And all the lawsuits that are coming.
Oh my God.
Hey, Sherelle,
Right.
Go ahead,
That's
John.
what you all
I
think.
think we're giving way too much credit to DJ Academics. People are starting to fall off from him. He's been so problematic towards Black people the past few months that the only people he's going to be able to attract is non-Black people pretty soon.
You know it. You know it.
All of his latest interviews have been extremely problematic. And some people watch for the chaos that he causes. You know, he's not somebody that's winning people. He's turning people away. So, you know, if the Repubs got him, fine. He's not somebody
they can keep him.
Yeah, they can keep him. That's one that can go.
Sherelle,
Yeah.
all I'm saying is certain bands do a lot of things. Certain
Yeah.
when the numbers end with those much of zeros, anyone will go. Even the ones who say that they could stay in a studio apartment. It's just a fact.
And let's face
Listen,
it,
my
this
price,
is as
my
most
price
money
is
he's
knee
ever
along.
gonna get.
So if they offer me knee along, then I might.
Knee alone.
All right, you guys, we got to go
That's
on
probably
Perry's
what it is.
channel. This was listen. We handled this I think, very sticky topic. When you start talking politics, it gets crazy. We were mature, and we
We did it
said
well.
what we had to say.
Yeah. Another
And
great show, Sherelle.
yeah, it was a good show. Thank you guys for calling in and
Thank
being
you.
very mature. These are some tough subjects.
Yeah. Yeah.
Republicans outsmarting the Dems. It is what it is. So,
Yep.
all right,
Exactly.
you guys. Thank you for calling in. I appreciate it.
Good night,
Thank you,
Sherelle, Perry,
Sherelle. Good
and
night,
Ziva,
Sherelle.
and everybody.
Good
Good night,
night,
y'all.
guys.
That's
Bye.
really good. Wasn't that good? It was really
Yep.
good. Because sometimes we have these difficult topics, and it is what it is. Any
Yep.
last words, anybody?
Oh no, I'm good.
Good show.
It was. We did it. We did it, and it was good. Okay, you guys, please don't forget to click that like button on your way out. If I didn't get to your call backstage, I really do apologize. Like, I get into these conversations. Thanks everyone for the super chat. You don't have to support the channel, but you do. Also, Perry's going on. Perry, what time are you going to hit it up?
Oh, probably in about 3 hours or so.
We'll see you in 3 hours. Head over to Perry's channel. We don't know what he's going to say or what he's going to wear. Perry, you going to have your clothes on? No, just kidding.
No,
Oh, Perry. Okay. All right, guys. On three, let's say bye. 1, 2, 3. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.